crushes. She's very beautiful. I would ship with her. Does that make sense?
Yes.
As in, I would ride a boat with her. I would take a boat somewhere very far away with her. Why did I all of a sudden... This is a complete side story, but I was in at a convention in Australia, and I haven't been starstruck that many times, except I was in the green room, and in Australia, when you go there, there are a lot of amazing guests there, like really high-level guests. And I remember I walked into the green room where they have all the food and drinks or whatever, but it was really early, extremely early, so they hadn't really brought much of anything out. It was like very early. And I walked up to go get coffee, and I was getting my coffee, and all of a sudden I hear, all they seem to have is coffee and water. And I turn around, it's Patrick Stewart, and he's standing right next to me. Captain of the Enterprise, standing next to me, and he goes, all they seem to have is coffee and water. I go, it appears so, Captain. That's like all I could come up with at the time. Like, and then he turns around and he's like, Alex, could you find someone to get me something, maybe a diet slice or something like that? And all they have is coffee and water. And I'll never forget that. That was like the one time I've run into somebody like super amazing, and it was super weird. Like, just really did not want the coffee and or water. Let's see, I'm gonna just ramble on here forever if you guys don't stop me. Do you all have any questions at all? Except for you, no questions for you. I'm just kidding. All right, yes.
Okay, I was gonna ask, with, well, dubbing Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods, the movie, I was watching it at the theater, and when Vegeta broke into the song and danced, you know, singing like bingo over and over again, how difficult was it for you to do that, like, during the dubbing process?
Oh, man, that was the thing I was most scared of when we went to go dub that show, because before we dubbed Dragon Ball Battle of Gods, I was terrified, because everyone kept coming up to me like, man, have you seen Vegeta's karaoke in that? And I was like, oh shit, man, I'm gonna have to sing in this in Vegeta's voice? Vegeta's not much of a singer. Not to mention the Japanese voice of Vegeta. His name is Ryo Horikawa. He's got this super high voice. I don't know how many of you have heard the Japanese version, but his voice of Vegeta is like, I mean, it's super high. That wasn't very high, but I don't have a very high voice. So that's the first thing I did when we got the materials for Battle of Gods in. I told the engineer, I'm like, all right, I don't want to watch it yet. Just let's fast forward to the scene where Vegeta's singing, because I got to find out how hard this is going to be. And then when I heard it, I was like, oh, okay, this is actually kind of fun. And I think I don't know if it's in the extra features on the disc, or if it's online somewhere, but somewhere there's a video of me actually working on that song. You can find it, because we had cameras in the booth during the recording session, and if you get the Blu-ray version of Battle of Gods, it has a lot of this behind-the-scenes stuff in it. So you could watch a lot of the different actors. You got to see the guy who played Beerus, the new villain in the Dragon Ball series. His name is, the guy who plays him is Jason Douglas, and he's a foot taller than I am. And he's just like this, he's one of the coolest, nicest guys I know, but he sounds like this, like, hey man, yeah. How's it going, man? Yeah, it's good, Chris, yeah. And he came in, and he is just an amazing person to watch act. So if you can get your hands on a copy of the Blu-ray version of Battle of Gods, you gotta check it out. It's amazing. Thanks for your question. All right, sorry, no questions from you. Next question, please. I don't trust your question for some reason.
My question is, how was it working with Sonny Strait on the third series, or the films?
Miserable, generally. Like, I don't like Sonny very much. Yeah, you heard me, Sonny. I don't like you very much. Actually, I like Sonny. In fact, I bought Sonny one of the booths here had a 2-pack of action figures in it from the Dragon Ball, like the older Dragon Ball collectible action figures that had Krillin and General Blue from Dragon Ball, the original series. Like the guy is kind of the pervert. Like, anyway, Sonny voiced both of those characters, so I got him that at this convention. But yeah, Sonny is always awesome to work for. In fact, I directed some of the Lupin movies, and he directed some of them as well.
Yeah, I've been watching a couple of them first in Final Hall, the DVD sets, last couple of days, and I was wondering if you guys gonna make any more Lupin the Third movies.
I don't know. Did you see Fujiko Mine? Did you see that?
Yes, I have the complete series on Blu-ray at home.
Yeah, it's beautiful, isn't it?
Yes, like I said, I was wondering if you're gonna make any more in the near future.
I have no idea. We have to wait for the Japanese to make a move, and then we get to do stuff.
Also,
So.
is there a version for the green versus blue, or green versus
Red versus Blue?
Yeah, red versus blue.
I love that show.
Lupin the Third. It was Lupin the Third movie, but it's only in Japan. Yeah, red versus green. Is that ever going to come out here in America, or is that only going to be in Japan?
I don't know. Those are mysteries that only the Japanese know. Yeah, I just talk pretty, man. I don't know anything. Yes, sir.
I get shy.
I have two questions actually.
Yeah.
My first question, has anyone had auditioned during that time?
Don't worry.
I mean, didn't have, as one of the auditions or didn't get the role, but later on got a more high-profile character from a different series.
I mean, that happens a lot, actually, where someone auditions, because early on, especially in dubbing, like you can have a really good voice, or you can do really good impressions, but sometimes you're not very good on the microphone, or like you're not very good at dubbing, because dubbing is a tricky process. It's not like regular acting where you just kind of get to do whatever you want, and say whatever you want, and make up something if you feel like it. There's very specific things that your character has to say, and it has to fit exactly into the mouth movement of the characters. So some people aren't as good at that at first. Like Troy Baker. Do you guys know who Troy Baker is?
Yeah.
All right. I take credit for discovering Troy Baker because he and I were both doing car commercials at this studio. They were these like really dumb kind of like, you know, they were just kind of almost monster truck sounding like, let's see, Galant Centris, no down payments, no payments till July 2015, like that kind of stuff. And Troy was in doing some of them as well, and I was like, dude, you've got an awesome voice. He goes, thanks, man. I go, and you got a great scarf. He goes, thanks, man. And I was like, have you considered ever doing any video games or like anime or anything like that? He's like, yeah, man, maybe, I guess. I don't know if it's really my thing. I'm really more a musician. I'm like, dude, you really should. So I got him a job working for Terminal Reality. It's a game company. And he did some work with Terminal Reality. And I got him working at Funimation. I introduced him to the Funimation guys as well. And he did a couple of small roles, and honestly, he wasn't that good at some of the early stuff that he did because he just didn't understand the dubbing part of it yet. But like once he did, he was unstoppable. But yeah, I love Troy. Troy is an awesome guy. Hey, do you guys want to hear a funny story about what we did to Troy for his bachelor party?
Yes! Yes!
Okay, so I'm really good friends with Troy, and also there's a guy named Travis Willingham who's really good friends with Troy. I've known Travis forever too, and I love him to death. Travis was like, we gotta have a bachelor party for Troy. Do you have any suggestions as to what we should do? And I'm like, I think Troy needs to feel like a hero or something. He needs something epic or whatever. So Travis took this idea and he went and he planned this whole thing out, and we kind of came up with this whole scheme where we brought Troy to this place called PCB. It's a huge, beautiful recording studio in California, and told him that he had a recording session with this Russian client. And the guys from PCB were way into it because they're really good friends with Troy too. And they brought in these two actors that they had cast with big, thick Russian accents. Then they brought in Troy and Travis and this other guy, and they had them all in the booth at the same time. And they're all talking, they're all trying to do their voice work, and the Russian guys are just totally uncool about it. They're like, no, that sucks, it's terrible, you have terrible voice. And they're just completely insulting. And so right at the point where all of them are just like, what the heck is going on? Then this team of ATF agents runs in, throws a flashbang into the control room, and then runs into the recording rooms like, everyone with your hands on the ground, hands on the ground, everyone. It's like a team of like trained SWAT team members run in, they put Troy on the ground, they bag him, they tag his hands, they put a bag over his head, and they drag him out to a van outside of the recording studio where Travis and I are waiting. They load him into the back of a van, and we drive all over Los Angeles for a while, over bumpy roads, trying to make him fall, and then we pull him out of the van, and then this guy's like, do you know what you're being arrested for? He's like, no sir, I do not know. He's like, do you know what's going on here? He's like, no sir, I do not. And he pulls off the little mask, and we're all standing there, and then we go to Las Vegas. But it was really a fun. Troy is one of the most amazing actors I've ever met. Incredible. So.
My second question: as a kid, I've watched DBZ my whole life, and right now I pretty much have all the seasons of the Blu-ray. And watching through them, I never known that you guys had done some like small minor voices. Like Shamel had done the voice like of the ringleader that took in the little pterodactyl.
Yeah.
Little small roles like that. So I was just wondering, what was your favorite role, like doing one of those minor, doing one of the minor characters? If you
one of my favorite like little minor roles. Did you guys ever watch the Dragon Ball series, like the original Dragon Ball?
Yeah!
There were these two little creatures that came from the Dr. Slump world, and they were random one-off characters that they were side characters in this one completely the one episode that had nothing to do with them, but they were just wandering around collecting trash that they thought was treasure, because they were all amazed that people would throw away all of this treasure, when really it was just they were picking up trash everywhere. They were these little dudes. They basically looked like minions, kind of. If you're familiar with the Dr. Slump series, I think you might know who they were, but their voices were just like, why all these people have all these treasure and all these trash? And you'll go back and find it. I need to go find it and watch it one day. Thank you very much for your good questions.
Thank you.
Yes. Hello.
Thank you for being here in South Texas.
You're welcome.
I have a question, request.
Yes.
The question is, how do you feel about Vegeta's voiceover taking off as a meme, social and on YouTube, with the whole over 9,000 thing? And the second part is, would you perform that for us if possible?
The answer to the first question is, it's creepy and weird and awesome. It's amazing that happened to Vegeta. It's also I wish that maybe a meme had been created out of something like far more relaxing to say, instead of something like, hey, will you do that line where you have to scream? And like, the line that like makes everyone turn their head, like as soon as I say it, everyone in this whole hall is going to be quiet for a second, like, it's over 9,000! See, every single person. It just calls attention to it. Couldn't be just like, I'm silky smooth. Oh yeah, that's really funny. No, it's got to be a line I yell at the top of my lungs, so you're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Oh, God.
Goku.
I got a question for you.
No.
Do you have any information about the new movie, Frieza movie?
Yes, there is a new Frieza movie.
Can you talk about it?
I can talk about it. There's a new Frieza movie. That's all I know. You're welcome. I'm glad you waited there all that time to find out. Nothing. Check the internets, bro. I think they had a preview for it or something like that. That's it. That's all I know. I know nothing else. And if I did, I wouldn't be able to tell you anyway.
Oh, I got something for you too.
What do you have for me? It better be money. Or Pocky. Oh, dang. That's awesome. Bring that over here. This is amazing. Did you draw this? Look at this. Oh, blam. It says, that Bulma cosplayer is really hot. Can I get her phone number from you? Wow, that's cool. Yeah, her name is Destiny. I got her number. I'll give it to you.
It's also Goku's birthday, though.
Oh yeah. It's his birthday.
Oh, it's your birthday?
It's his birthday.
Happy birthday, clown!
Thank you.
On planet Vegeta, when it's someone's birthday, we kill them. so that we can resuscitate them and they come back much stronger. It's painful, but it's worth it in the end. Yes.
Hello.
Hello.
Aside from all the Dragon Ball-ness, I know you as Giro from Sergeant Frog.
Yes.
Do you know if they're going to dub any of the other episodes?
I wish I knew.
You do?
There's a new Frieza movie though.
And also, can you give me a job at Funimation?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. You start on Monday though.
Okay.
Like you start tomorrow.
That's fine.
You got to be there at 5. Just tell them I sent you. It'll be really. They'll have no problems with it whatsoever.
All right, cool.
No problem. Take care. Greetings.
Oh, hello. What was the absolute worst, like, killed your voice, killed your lung scream you ever did for any anime?
Oh, that would be all of Dragon Ball Z. Every bit of it. Majin Vegeta just about killed me because it was super, super intense. This is one of those moments where you can scream and scream and scream and scream, but like that Majin Vegeta fight took everything out of me. It was absolutely nuts.
Did you and Sean ever have like screaming contests or something?
I would have one with him, but I would win. So yeah, because I'm better than Sean in every way.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, he's just a low level.
Oh,
yeah.
Even though he can go Super Saiyan 3.
Nah, well,
oh no, but he's. Oh, I'm sorry, no. He's a god.
Well, you know, I was stronger than a god actually
for a minute,
for a moment.
When Bulma got punched.
Yeah, well, yeah. If someone smacked your Bulma, you'd be pissed too. They made it sound like Bulma was a body part. Don't let no one smack your Bulma, all right?
I'm gonna use that now. That's it for me.
Okay, cool.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
Hello, King of the Pirates.
I have 2 questions.
Okay.
In Z, how does it feel being one of the 2 strongest characters?
Amazing.